Hello, guys. This is Black and Indigenous American coming to you live. Hope all is well with you guys out there in YouTube world. It is April the 30th. Where'd time go? Seemed like it was just February. Anyway, the name of this video is just me reviewing a Netflix movie called Outerbanks. And let's just say it was a mix of like the Goonies and a little bit of the Count of Monte Cristo. It is about these teen kids from different walks of life living in the so-called Outer Banks. And they are looking for treasure and answers and things of that nature. And again, it's on Netflix. And again, I guess it's called Outer Banks. Even though it was not taped in the Outer Banks, it was taped in South Carolina. And they changed some names of different villages in the county. And they added some lingo or some jargons I'm not familiar with. But other than that, it's pretty good. It's a really good show. So I watched the first season of Outer Banks. Again, this is on Netflix and it was pretty cool. So if you like treasure hunting type things, yes, it's a teen kind of theme movie, but there are adult situations and adult type stuff going on. That it's not just some kiddie teen pop kind of thing. And so I suggest you check it out if you are into treasure hunting and things of that nature. So I liked it. Let's see, what am I going to talk about other than that? This is open mic, guys. If you have any questions, concerns, or anything like that, don't hesitate to ask if you would like. Again, it's April the 30th. I am officially a resident of North Carolina via my driver's license. I had to drive 2.5 hours to get to the nearest DMV because of everything going on. There were so many closures and delays and what have you. I had to leave the county, go to another county, get my driver's license. Now I'm waiting for the official license because now I have a certificate to show, if I need to show it for other things. So the car has to be registered. And one thing about, I guess, this state, they don't do everything in one place like Virginia. So I have to go to like a tags and title registration, private owned business to get that done. So I'll do that next week. Let's see. I'm just thinking right now. The kitchen in this house is about 99% done. We just started putting dishes in the cabinets and canned foods and things of that nature. This kitchen should have been done within 2 weeks. It's been about 6 to 7 weeks now. So finally got a kitchen. So I can get back to eating properly and not eating out of boxes, packaged foods. At the end of the day, it's not ideal. What's ideal is to eat fresh every day. And I've been living the past few months as if I'm living in a dormitory. And so once I got here, I still had to eat like I was in a dorm because the kitchen was being demolished and, renovated or whatever. So at the end of the day, I'm so ready to get back on my daily uh, eating better for life diet. No, not diet. It's more like um, nutritional plan. Let's just put it that way. So it's very difficult, and at times you forget when you don't have to live the way we've been living. Like many of us do not want to eat out right now. Many of us do not feel comfortable doing that right now. So what do? We eat at home. Where if you're living as if you're living in a dorm, you're eating a lot of packaged processed foods. And so I'm just ready to just get back to eating my meals the way I prep them, with not a lot of salt, without a lot of carbs. And it's very, 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 very difficult to do that when you don't have an operational or operating properly functioning kitchen, or you're staying in a hotel room that doesn't have a refrigerator, or doesn't have a refrigerator with a freezer, so you can maybe make smoothies or something. You can't make smoothies because you don't have a freezer to freeze your fruits. I am so happy that that kitchen right now is officially open for business. And so right now, like I said, putting away dishes, putting away canned foods, and getting things organized. So I'm very, 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 very grateful. There is a few more things that needs to be done, but other than that, the sink was installed. I think it was yesterday. No, it was 2 days ago. The sink was officially installed. This whole walking back and forth to the bathroom to wash dishes had got old real quick. Once again, it's like you're living out of a hotel room, trying to prepare foods and eat food as if you have a kitchen. So that part is done. So I'm happy about that. I'm still working at the same employment position, and it's still working from home. So I'm very, very grateful. Uh, like I said in my journal, I had to be more specific of what I was in the process of manifesting. Because right now I am working from home, but I'm working from home from the same company. And this is not necessarily a permanent way to work for them. But this establishment is also wanting to be known as a place where they care about their employees' safety. So this is a big deal for them. And they want to make sure everyone feels safe and can work from home and still be productive. And so we had a video call today with the director of our department as well as the VP of operations. And long story short, we were told that we went above and beyond as a department. And they're very appreciative that we were able to do what we needed to do without skipping a beat, working from home. And I'm saying to myself, duh, I knew this from the get go. That's why I initially put in my request to work where the hell I wanted to work, because I knew that we can do what we do from home. We were prepared 2 years ago when we did all of that scanning and getting everything up to par, just in case. We were ready. I wouldn't necessarily say the entire company was ready and or did not have the capability of working from home, but our department, we can work from home, period. So, like I said, a lot of times people have to be put in situations to prove that they could do more than they thought they could do. So, our company is more than capable of being uh, productive and getting things done as much as possible without doing things the way they've always done things. They're forced to allow people to work from home. So I'm grateful, but I'm still, like I said, looking for permanent opportunities where working from home is the standard. Let's just put it that way. So that's what I've been really focusing on more so than anything else, is staying safe And every time we leave, we always have to come back, and it has gotten to the point now I'm just beyond annoyed with asking people when they come in the house, please wear your mask, corona, please. When they're in here doing work, please put on your mask, please, out of respect for not just me, but for everyone in here and for yourself, please wear a mask. So I'm kind of like, I'm ready for them to be out of here, like completely out of here, done. Now, again, this is a fixer-upper. So the next big project is going to be the exterior, and the siding and the roof and everything is going to have to be replaced, and that's a big chunk of money for doing all of that, but it has to be done. So I don't care what the hell they do outside, right? But when you're in the house, I'm like constantly being nice. Could you please put on your mask? Could you please, I'm so over it. But like I said, this is the main project that's in the house, and it's just about done. So I'm happy about that. Let's see. Trying to think what else I've been up to. Yeah, just pretty much laying low. Looking after myself, looking after Mister as much as possible. And one thing about reminding someone what they should do to keep themselves safe with all this going on, it's like I'm constantly reminding, please do this, please do that, please do this. Because, not everyone is going to, because if it's outside of their everyday existence, you kind of constantly have to remind them, take your shoes off. Did you disinfect the steering wheel when you went out to the grocery store? Did you wipe this down? People, if you don't have to go anywhere, just limit your grocery shopping to once every 2 weeks. That way you can get everything done in one shot. When you get to the house, you can disinfect everything before you even bring it in the house and be done with it for 2 weeks. But some people, they don't shop that way. They want to go outside every 2 to 3 days and go grocery shop and pick up, bell peppers or whatever. So that in and of itself is like a hassle. Every few days, reminding, did you wear gloves? Did you do this? Did you do that? Because I'm not leaving. I don't have to leave. I will go out maybe once a week. Seriously, get in the car once a week, go to the grocery store, pick up what I need to pick up, and come back. Like, I don't have to be outside. I mean, I don't have to be away from the house. Let's just put it that way. Let's see. More and more people taking things seriously around here as far as the pandemic, and the grocery store, the main one over here, which is very slim pickings, might I add, where I am now. But the one that has most of the things that I want and need is at Food Line. And this Food Line now, they have you coming in the grocery store one way, and now they have arrows, like arrows on the floor, and telling you which way to shop. So you can't just go and go wherever you want. Like, if you're going down one aisle, let's say the cereal aisle, then the next aisle you may have to go up. You can't go down one, down one, down one. You have to kind of zigzag like this, throughout the store. Because what they're trying to do is not have people kind of being in contact with each other this way. It's more so like there's people behind you, 6 feet or whatever behind you. So you're not kind of coming back this way. So I noticed that this past Sunday, they also have all the workers wearing masks and gloves. And they have those kind of clear shields up in front of the cash register, and where you put in your card to pay or whatever, you punch in your card number or something. All that has plastic on it. Let me see. Also, they have signs up where if you're waiting in line, you can't be like right up in somebody's back of their neck, right? You have to be away from them, like more than 6 feet actually. So that's kind of how they have the store set up right now. So yeah, they're taking it very seriously versus 6 weeks ago. Um, let's see. Honestly, I am ready for not necessarily restaurants and stuff to be open, but if I want to go see relatives, I want to be able to go see them. That's kind of where I am right now. I don't necessarily need to see them every other day. I can go months without seeing them. But there's times where I may go 6 months and not see my relatives, and now I'm ready to see them. So I want to be able to hop in my car and spend the weekend with my folks. I don't have to go to the movies. I don't have to go to ball games. I don't have to do anything like that, but I would at least like to go see relatives in the near future. So I'm kind of like ready for that to be uh lifted as far as that restriction. Uh as far as like functions, like let's say powwows, I honestly don't even think they're going to have a powwow season this year. Um, there is social powwow Facebook group on, yeah, and you have people like dancing, doing little competitions, and dressing up in regalia, and kind of keeping everybody like okay when not being at an actual powwow. So I've been looking at things like that. Uh, let's see. I haven't really been on Facebook that much lately, but oh, excuse me, tired. I really didn't do much walking this past week. I do need to walk more. The weather hasn't been that great. Uh, but I think next week it's going to be kind of rainy or whatever. Uh, if anything, I've been more interested in the stock market right now because hear this, guys. I just found out that the Rockefeller family just pulled out of the oil industry. What does that mean? Hmm. Let's ponder on that one. The Rockefeller family pulled out of the oil industry. What does that mean? Hmm. That makes you wonder, right? Then I was thinking, are they going to be investing in space travel maybe versus oil? Or maybe oil is done. That's yesterday news. They're going to invest in something for the next 100 years. I don't know. So that was big news that I heard about as far as a very rich family not investing in oil anymore. So guess what? People going to follow right behind them, wondering, okay, well, I guess oil, we don't want to waste any more time and money on oil. What's the next best thing? Solar energy? Wind energy? What else could we invest in? Right? So I've been kind of paying attention to the stock market. Uh 2 days ago I invested in Beyond Meat. And Beyond Meat, if you are not familiar with it, it's an alternative meat substitute, whatever. So Places like Dunkin' Donuts and some other fast food restaurants are now adding Beyond Meat to their menu because people like myself no longer are consuming meat. And so they're probably noticing their profits going down. And a lot of people who are new to the vegan lifestyle but still want to eat meat, they are buying up a lot of alternative meats, for instance, Beyond Meat, Impossible Burger, whatever. And now I don't necessarily eat Impossible Burger, but I know Burger King has the Impossible Burger, and I'm sure some other uh, food platforms have that as well, or restaurants have that as well as an alternative. But I think the more and more people decide they no longer want to eat flesh from an animal because of a laundry list of reasons, then the meat industry will have to bow down because it's all about money and money talks. So, again, what are the Rockefellers planning next? Are they about to leave the planet? And, like, seriously, are they about to leave the planet and live on Mars somewhere? Yeah, it does sound a bit far fetched, but it makes you wonder, what are they up to? All right. Um, Oh yeah, that show. I mean, yeah, the show Outer Banks on Netflix. I did leave a review on their Facebook page, and I said initially I thought this was going to be a low budget team thing. However, I finished watching the first season last night and am hooked. I've always been a fan of treasure hunting movies. This show is a little bit of The Goonies mixed with The Count of Monte Cristo. Yes, it was not filmed in the Outer Banks, and the villages, county, etc. were changed, and there's not that much diversity in Outer Banks, racial. But I still like the show. So that was my review on that show, and I put it on their Facebook page. Um, yeah, social distance powwow is what is a Facebook page on regarding powwows. So for people that are powwow type folks, that's an option for them to stay connected. Anybody have anything to say? What would you like to talk about? I know I'm pretty boring tonight. I'm not flashy. I'm not all in your face. I don't scream. I don't hop. I don't jump. I don't dance. So I'm sure people with short attention spans are like pulling their hair right about now if they're still watching. But there is one person watching. So hi to you, whoever you are. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you tuning in. You could have been doing anything else in the entire world, but you decided to watch moi. So thanks. Uh, um, yeah, also another thing that I've been spending a lot of time doing is learning more about decoding. Yeah, decoding, learning more about that. Um, I watch Ralph Smart. I watch Ashira um, Goddess, whatever her name is, Star Goddess. She kind of gets on my nerves, but she does share a lot of helpful information. So periodically I watch her. Um, I've been watching, what is the name of that? He was a member of Public Enemy rap group, and he's married to Professor Griff. Yeah, Professor Griff. I've been keeping up with him and Soleil, which is his wife. Um, Soleil came out in the late 90s, rap artist. And so now she's very much awakened and very much in tune with her spiritual path and growth. So I've been following her, and yeah, so I watched their videos, and they definitely share a lot of helpful information. I'm also following Ben Carson, and I signed up for his website, which is called Forbidden Knowledge TV. And it's not a free subscription. I actually paid for a year's subscription. I think it was like 70 something dollars. And they have a lot of information. Like, if you watch Ancient Aliens, then you're probably like Forbidden Knowledge TV. And again, Ben Carson is very much involved in all of that. Um, get this, guys. He's also sharing all this information. And if you sign up within, I think, 3 to 6 business days or something like that, if you stay subscribed to his channel, it's not YouTube, it's forbiddenknowledgetv.com or whatever, then he actually gives out free vacation packages or whatever. Apparently, this is legit, so I got mine. Point is, I'm not going anywhere no time soon, but whenever I feel like I'm good and I can go somewhere, I would definitely utilize that travel voucher. And I want to go to Belize, so apparently it's legit. People have actually gone on trips and they are vouching for Ben Carson. So, um, yeah, forbiddenknowledgetv.com. And again, if you're into ancient aliens, I think it's on the History Channel. I think he's been on there once or twice or whatever. Then you would be more receptive to what he's talking about. Um, so I've been watching a lot of those videos on his TV. Excuse me. Um, so I've been listening to Ben Carson, and let's see. I also been looking at videos, YouTube videos of people who are very much into accounting, mathematics, statistics, and they're giving you updates on the stimulus package thing and what's going on with it and why certain people haven't gotten their checks yet or got the direct deposit yet. If there's going to be more stimulus checks going out, when, how much, who's going to get it, who's not, do you have to do anything extra to get it? So I've been kind of keeping up with that as well. Like I said, also the stock market, I'm monitoring the stocks. Fidelity, I just open up an individual account, but there's like an extra couple of steps you have to do to link it to whatever account you want to link it to in order to deposit money into your Fidelity account so you can start investing. So I'm kind of waiting around on that. Seriously, guys, what I want to do, if this whole stimulus go through again, if they start sending, monthly checks or whatever, I'm taking that money and I'm going to do some serious investing. I'm not going out buying shoes and clothes and get my nails done or whatever. I know that's supposed to stimulate the economy. I get it. putting money into small businesses and, the local economy and all that. I get that. But I'm not going to be stupid. Let the other folks do that. But I'm just one person. So I'm taking care of myself. And by taking care of myself, I'm going to take money, free money that don't have to be paid back, and I'm going to invest it. Now, the trick is, which company do I want to invest in? Because there's so many companies I want to invest in, but they're privately held. They're not publicly held. And that kind of sucks because I believe in so many causes out there, and they're not publicly traded, and it kind of sucks. So like the oil industry is a big one. But like I said, the Rockefellers apparently are getting out of the oil industry. Apparently they're not going to invest in it anymore, or at least for now. And that tells you something like, okay, so should I not invest in oil, right? I don't personally pick stocks in the oil industry. However, with my 401k, I'm sure that they're investing in oil because it's very diversified, and I think it's the moderate risk option that I chose a few years ago. And then a stock in my company, which is doing pretty good. I mean, they did get hit last month because of everything going on. Everybody's nervous, but they bounced out real nice this past week, and the stock is doing pretty good. But the point is, you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket, right? You don't want to do that. So, I mean, at the end of the day, um, at the end of the day, I want to make sure I pick the right stocks based on the future, not used to be or make America great again back then. No, that's done, over with, stank. It's time to move forward. And so, I've invested in solar, cannabis, hemp, REITs, which are like real estate property. Uh, Now, I don't own real estate where I have to be responsible for maintenance and wear and tear and uh, leasing a space to a couple or single person. Like, I'm not in that position. A REIT is, you can invest in, this stock, and you get a dividend or something from it at the end of the quarter or whatever like that. So I have REITs, and again, this is like me picking stocks, that might be worth $5 per stock, or $30 per stock, or $50 per stock. So it's not like I'm buying 100 shares unless it was like 2 cents or something, like penny stocks. But Beyond Meat actually dropped. And when I bought it for like $104, I think. I think the highest that stock was I think it was $263. I think that was the highest it was per stock. So I mean, granted, when they first opened publicly, I think it sold for like 60 something dollars per stock, and then jumped up to 2 something. So if people had the money and bought 100 shares when it first came out, they're pretty comfortable right about now. Or was when it was like 2 something if they sold it. Hi, Ari Ben. Thanks for chiming in. Oh, I'm going in and out. Oh, that kind of sucks. Maybe because I'm moving. If I sit still, am I chopping up if I don't move? Did that help by me not moving too much? Hello. Okay, I don't know if he's still on. Ari, if you're still on, let me know if it's still chopping. Because I was moving my hands a lot. And sometimes that has an issue. I don't know why. Um, so yeah, I've been really monitoring the stock market, and I want to be placing myself in a really nice position. Okay, it's not me moving as far as it going in and out. I don't know what to tell you. Um, the weather here is not that great. The wind has stopped because it was very windy a few hours ago. So I don't know. I do have internet, so that's a good thing, but I don't know why it's going in and out. But I'm gonna keep talking. So hopefully the recorded version will be better than the live version. Okay. I hope you're well, Ari Ben. I hope you and your family are doing well. So yeah, I've been pretty much focusing on stocks, getting money right, being thankful, having gratitude, and just looking forward to a brighter day. Oh, the reception is not that great. Okay. Well, hopefully the recorded version will be better. Just so you know, Ari, this video has been very boring. You didn't really miss much. You didn't really miss much. Not you're the only one who has chatted or chimed in. I might have had 2 to 3 people watching at one time. I got 1 like. I guess you were the one who liked it, so, yeah. It's been kinda boring. Good. I'm glad you're safe. That's good. That's good. Uh, unfortunately, my mom's mother-in-law passed away from, the crown, AKA the Roro. She passed last week. She was staying in a nursing home in Durham, North Carolina, and, yeah, she passed away. So, again, guys, this is real. It's not a fake. It's not a joke. And just, do your part and be responsible and um, look after yourself and look after those within your uh, immediate contact, whoever is staying in your home. And one thing about nursing homes, this is what I heard. The staff there is not paid that well, and they're not necessarily doing everything they're supposed to do. And in many cases, they don't have the proper gear or enough of it to protect themselves and um, the patients. So sometimes they are reusing gloves, they're reusing face masks over and over again. Sometimes they're not even taking off their gloves all day. So they're protecting themselves, I guess, if they're not rubbing their nose and face and eyes or whatever, but they're keeping the same gloves on all day. And that in of itself is not helping anyone. And I think this is what's spreading this COVID thing rapidly in these nursing homes. Ari, you said that you might be moving to North Carolina. That's cool. I'm assuming you're gonna be moving where there's a higher population of people and jobs. If not, hopefully you are in a position financially where you could just live wherever you want to live, and it doesn't really matter what the local economy is doing because you're still making money. You said CNAs are equivalent to McDonald's workers. My sister is a CNA. And fortunately, she does in-home care, so she's not working in a nursing home. But she does know people that work in nursing homes and do personal home care. So they juggling 2 or 3 jobs. And so at the end of the day, it's unlikely that all them people are taking the precautions that they supposed to, unfortunately. Because if they're coming from a nursing home and not changing their clothes or doing whatever they need to do, and they go to someone's home and they might be wearing the same gloves they were wearing at the nursing home, it's a hot mess. Okay, well, hopefully the move to North Carolina will be a smooth move. It'll be the right move for you and your loved ones. So, hopefully, all will be uh, ideal for you in the near future. So, good. Yeah. So that was definitely difficult to hear that my mom's mother-in-law passed away from it. And I say my mom's mother-in-law because my mom got remarried. So so technically this woman would be my grandmother-in-law, you know. Um, I didn't know her, I never met her, and so I really don't have an emotional connection with her. But at the same time, she was loved, and it's unfortunate that her life was cut short. I mean, I don't know, maybe she would have died in a year that had nothing to do with COVID, right? It had nothing to do with the crown or the Roro. It just sped things along, and that's what I'm hearing. It's like if that person already is health is fragile, then it just speeds things up, and they end up crossing over sooner than they would have. Um, so where I live right now, I am with my significant other, my my boo, my ride or die. So my life is also combined with Mr. So if any inquiring minds out there want to know. Unfortunately, I'm switching gears now. Unfortunately, I'm hearing in New Mexico with the spread of this Roro, it's really, really intense out there in New Mexico. And the Navajo Nation has been hit very hard. Um, and not just this Roro thing, but also with land grabs and the feds taking land from sovereign nations, indigenous populations. And apparently, what happened to the what is that group up in New York? I think Long Island. Is it? No, it's not the Shinnecock people. Mashpee, Mesh. I may be getting them mixed up here. um, Give me a second to look it up. Because it's going to be a domino effect. It really is. Because one group, they take their land from them and their rights and stuff, then it's just a matter of time that the other sovereign nations, other tribes or whatever, are going to um, experience land grab as well. So let's see. The Wampanoag people, the Mashpee Wampanoag. Yeah. So the feds took away their I guess their sovereignty, their land, or whatever like that. So I already signed a petition because it's messed up. Now, for me personally, I believe, yeah, thank you, Ari. I just looked at your comment. um, but yeah, so long story short, I signed a petition and all of that. But at the same time, I feel like all of our indigenous brothers and sisters from all different sovereign nations, federally recognized or not, need to recognize each other and come together and look after each other instead of being on your little island over here where you feel like you are true indigenous American people and everybody else are fakes, right? We need to get over all that and we need to recognize each other. So when something go down with one of the groups, we have several thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people that can look after them as well. Not just waiting for handouts. You know what I mean? And this is a hard pill to swallow. And of course, I am not an advocate of some fake government to tell another sovereign nation that they no longer have rights or they don't own they have no rights to this land or whatever, right? Rewriting history. I'm not for that, but you know what I am for is when people get out of that mindset that they have to have validation from a corrupt government to feel or to be, I should say, their authentic selves. A lot of this back and forth been going on for a long time. Who is this? Who is that? Or you're not who you say you are, or you don't look that way. But yeah, if you look at old pictures of folks, who looks more like the people in the old pictures? Okay. But I don't even want to get on that soapbox. But at the same time, it's like, let's get over all of that and let's come together and let's be advocates for each other. You know what I mean? Just, just, I just feel like we just should just, okay, let me just put it this way. I'm shifting gears, but I'm kind of going to go back to what I'm trying to say. It took me forever to get my driver's license in the state of North Carolina. I had to have so many things. I had to prove my residency here. I had to prove my identity. I had to come up with all these different forms and stuff just to get things done, to get the real ID and all that. And then eventually my passport because I have to get it renewed. But think about this. That's just to get my regular driver's license to get an ID. Not to be a tribal card or whatever like that. But you know what? There's been times that I had to show my ID just to show my identity. Not a tribal card, but just a regular card to prove who I am. And I've said to myself, I got to go through all this to live in this particular county in this state. And I'm not even trying to prove that I am indigenous American or whatever like that. Just to prove that I am a resident of this state, I'm a citizen, and I'm who I say I am. I had to go through all that. I say this because that travel card thing, maybe once upon a time it provided you with some kind of benefit, but the way it's looking now, what is it going to give? What is it going to do for you? if people who are in positions right now that's trying to strip away land and sovereignty and everything like that, what are you going to fall back on? Because the tribal card ain't going to cut it no more. And guess what? Billions of dollars were promised to the Navajo Nation. Well, not just the Navajo Nation, just indigenous people in general, I believe, for this whole stimulus thing. They got $0. Zilch. Now I got my stimulus check. I don't own property. Now eventually I will, but currently I don't own property. I don't care. I don't currently uh uh have a tribal card where I'm recognized by some fake government. Mm-mm. But I got a stimulus check. I The point is, even though it's unfortunate that the Mashpi Wanapong, is that how you pronounce it? The folks are going through that. That in of itself is a snapshot of what's about to go down. And that's not going to only group that's going to deal with this fake um, force telling you who you are and what's owed to you. Once again, tap into that spiritual power within. As far as validation, your validation comes from your ancestors that went before you and that are still with you right now. They validate you. And then your community within a community validates you. And the people up there, like I said, the Mashpee Wampanoag people, they have my support. I signed a petition. But we also need to recognize each other as well. Our relatives should not seek assistance from everybody else to sign petitions and all that when that fake power threatens to take something from them. Those connections, those supporters, and etc., and etc., etc., should be developed a long time ago. So when things like this happen, and there's a group of people that are needing assistance, we can all come together. Almost like a Red Cross, but for us, right? For the indigenous populations. So we can all come together and act as one unit. And we look after our indigenous brothers and sisters, our indigenous family. Period. Period. And I hope that makes sense to, you guys out there who are watching and will eventually watch. They have my support. The Navajo Nation has my support. The Acoma Pueblo people have my support. The Polynesian people, Pacific Islanders have my support. They have my support. But at the same time, these relationships need to be built well in advance before a fake power decides it wants to remove a right that's embedded That right did not go anywhere. As long as people believe a fake force has more power over them, then that fake force will create power over people. So that's what I wanted to say about that. Indigenous populations worldwide have my support. But as one unit, we need to come together before this fake power decides to take away something that they didn't have the right to take away in the first place. Oh, our Navajo sisters and brothers, they're in need of, whatever. Fine. As a unit, we can take care of them. Oh, my group, we having issues, we need whatever, solar energy or clean water or something like that. Fine. As one unit, indigenous populations can take care of us. There's no handouts or there's no begging some fake power structure to sprinkle crumbs on our table. It's not good enough. It never was and never will be. It never was and it never will be good enough. It's not. That's where I am about that. That's where I am. Recognize ourselves. And then I wonder how things repeat itself, you know? It's like a pendulum, right? Swinging. Got to stay balanced. But if it goes too far over here, it swings right back over here. And then it does this thing like this until it's kind of right back in that middle again like that, right? So it swung too far and it's going to have to swing right back. And so when that happens, those who were last for generations will eventually be first. And a lot of people are nervous. And I'm sure you have an idea of the groups of people that are nervous right about now. Right? The last shall be first. Now, as far as I'm concerned, the genetics within my core, I wouldn't necessarily say they were first. Honestly, I don't feel sorry for any of them. Now, if they do right by people, that's different. They were born into a family tree that suppressed folks, and then here you come, you trying to do the right thing. I understand. You ain't had nothing to do with what so and so did, but you have a lot of people who have the same ideology as their ancestors hundreds and thousands of years ago. It's still embedded in there. It's deep rooted ideology. It's still there. And these days they're very comfortable speaking their truth. You have people right now about to die and they still mouthing off. They're still disrespecting. You still haven't learned. Still haven't learned. Still mouthing off. All right? Those people, no remorse. No compassion. They chose their path. Their ancestors are still spitting hate through them. The last shall be first. That pendulum is going to swing right on back. As I've heard a slogan, the chickens come home to roost. Did I say that right? Chickens coming home to roost. People speaking out, breaking protocol, flaunting their privilege. They flaunting their privilege, breaking all the laws now, but they gonna let you know that they have rights. No arrest. Well, there might be some now, but initially, no arrest. Initially, no gas being sprayed on them. Initially, no pepper spray. Initially, uh, no beatings. Initially, no deaths. They were armed, protesting, flaunting their privilege, or at least what they believe is their privilege. Now, if you would have flipped that and you put another face on that, there would have been riots in the streets. There would have been bloody noses, broken ribs, broken necks, people stretched out dead in the streets. There would have been some arrests, and it goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. If that don't tell you anything, I don't know what will. If what you're seeing thus far in the media the past few weeks, if that does not tell you something, then I don't know what will. So you mean to tell me certain groups of people can do what they did and still go home and be with their families the same day? And one of the organizers of one of the protests in North Carolina had the nerve to contract the railroad after all of that talk, and she caught it. And she caught it as I sip my water. Let them. Let them congregate. Let them pass the pie, pass the peas. Let them lay hands on each other. Let them pray for each other. Free will. Free will. And the rest of us, do what we have to do. And I would say eat better, treat yourself with respect, treat the people around you with respect. Even if you feel like you don't need to wear a mask or gloves, do it anyway, just to be respectful for the next person. Just saying. And let those that want to fight for their right to be around other people and socialize, let them. And then they can swap the crown and the Roro and everything else if they want to. Let them. Let them. Some people have to learn by experience. You can talk all day until you're blue, purple, and red in the face, and people are not going to get it until they experience it themselves. They're just not going to get it. It's not going to register unless it happens to them. That's when they'll get it. That's when they'll get a clue. So, those who organize them protests claiming they're being treated like they are Rosa Parks on that bus, you have no clue. They have no clue. To even put that in the same category, it cannot touch that same category. That is a joke. You're trying to compare a Rosa Parks situation to you not being able to go to a ball game? You're not able to go get your hair cut and have people serve you? That's not the same category, baby. You are way off. And again, some people, they don't get it unless they experience it. So if you experience a Rosa Parks situation, then you will have grounds to open your mouth. Now, let them. Let them. All them people out there toting guns, give them liberty or give them death, give it to them. Let them have it. Give them their liberty. Let them go to their ball games and their cookouts or barbecues or however way you want to say. Let them go to the baby showers. Let them go to the wedding showers, the weddings. Let them. Let them go to their places of worship. Let them. And again, some people just have to experience before it clicks. But when you experience it, you're on your own. You are on your own. So you and your like-minded people that wanted liberty or death, y'all congregate together and have your liberty together. As I drink my water. Not water fountain water. Premium water. So if people want that water fountain water, you can have it. Have it. Give them their liberty. Give it to them. Let them experience what they think is a joke. Let them. Some people immune systems, no issue. Others, issues. Free will. So, I'm focusing on my immune system. I'm taking responsibility. I'm doing what I need to do to stay safe and the loved ones that are around me in my close space safe. I'm doing what I need to do. And believe it or not, guys, I've limited my consumption of dairy. Kind of forced though, because I really didn't have a kitchen. I'm a vegetarian, so I don't eat meat or whatever. But the dairy, I've had a little here and there, but it's been very limited lately. No mucus, allergies. What's that? I barely sneezed thus far this season. If they want their pork, let them have it. Let them eat. Let them drink. Everyone has free will. Now, of course, tourism is a big deal in this area, among other places. Vegas, they're trying to open that wide open because they want that money. So if everyone wants to get back into the swing of things, there's no going back. But for those who want to go back, free will. Free will. And everybody that want to think that way, like-minded, free will. Again, y'all go to concerts together. Go to concerts. Do that. Go to vacation hot spots. You do that. Go ahead. Have a good time. Drink whatever you want, eat whatever you want. Go. Let them. And other people who are on another playing field will be in an area that's more restricted. If you want to live in a more restricted area, you live there. If you want to live in a more do whatever you want to do area, you live over there. Let them. There's no going back. There's no going back. Going back equates to death. That's what going back is. Moving forward is evolution. So you're either going to go back or you're going to move forward. You choose. Free will. I choose to evolve. I choose not to be stuck in a mindset that is decaying, that no longer serves me or my loved ones or my community. It's dying. It's dying. And if you want to hold on to that and make America great again and go back, you go back. Go. Free will. And I choose to evolve. So when that pendulum swings back again, The last shall be first. That's what I choose. Guys, I gotta go. For those who were not bored to tears, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching. Be blessed, be a blessing to others. Choose to evolve, guys. Choose to evolve. Don't live your life in fear, because you're going to miss out on so many things that's going to help you throughout your path, your journey. Fear will stop you. I choose to evolve. And may you choose to evolve as well. So again, be blessed. Be a blessing to others. And until next time, toodles.